New nail salon guidelines are coming. How do you deal with it? How's it going to impact your business? It's going to add time. Do you charge more? What exactly do you do? We're going to talk about all of this good information right now on the Biz Talk. Okay, my sock game today is on Fuego Tracey.
Literally cannot see them.
You can't? It has a message on it.
What does it say?
It says, carpe the F out of this DM.
Patty got you those.
Yeah, she did. They're my favorite socks.
I was there when she bought them.
Seize the day. Like, I'm a huge believer in that, obviously.
Good advice.
It is very good advice. Okay, let's jump into this. This is, I think the nail salon industry is going to change huge. Okay, new guidelines. I think it's safe to assume every state, county, city, whatever, they're going to maybe differ. We don't know yet what they are, right? But there's going to be some new guidelines in place, which is going to result in a lot of change for salons or individual nail technicians, okay? That means potentially more time. So I think we can safely assume there's going to be sanitation, disinfection guidelines in place where the state is going to require salons to go through X, Y, and Z before you even start a service. You have to keep the salon, a certain level of cleanliness and, on a daily basis, whatever I think Tracey pulled up an article just before this where some gyms are required, you make reservations and then on the hour, they have to clean for 30 minutes and keep it like super, super, super clean. So that's insane, but obviously understand. How does that relate to the salon? What do you do? Do you charge more? How much time is it going to add? Let's just make an assumption. Obviously, we don't know yet, Trace, but if I said, look, it's going to add 15 to 20 minutes to each service, how do you deal with that? You know what I mean? Like if you were right now a salon owner and that came through the pipeline, I want to run through kind of it's got to be a general because we don't know what it is. But I mean, time is the big issue here, right? Sanitizing and disinfecting is not the issue. It's more of how much time is it going to add? And look, it's reality. You got to deal with it. So what would you do? What's your instinct right now, Trace, with that?
Planning. Got to plan. You got to plan right. And because, you know me, I like to move.
Your money.
And of course, I always sanitized and disinfected and made sure my station was clean. But I think the standards are definitely going to go up.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to really be planning your days out. You are going to be either extending your days or I don't know. I'm really trying to process because you add 15 minutes each time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I mean,
in a day.
if you have let's do the math on this. If you have 8 clients, for example, right? For every 4 clients, that's an hour. That adds 2 hours to your day. If you have to go through that process, So if you have a 10-hour day doing 8 clients, whatever it is, I'm just kind of going through the exercise. Now you've got a 12-hour day.
Right.
So planning is going to be
essential.
Because instead of planning on the hour, whatever your timing is now, it's hour 15, hour 20.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And I think the communication, again, huge on communication with your clientele of, hey, you got to be here on time.
Right.
Because this is already adding to the day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make sure that I'm focused and on time, and please do the same. And then also letting them know what your requirements are, because I've already seen that there are some people that have went back to work and, masks are required in one of the girls' salon, and people are actually upset with her. And it's like, these are the guidelines. So letting your clients know ahead, hey, please, these are the guidelines. If you show up and you don't have a mask, maybe you have masks that you can provide them. If you don't, I know there's a shortage right now, you will not be allowed to come in. That's it.
Yeah.
I know one of our mentors we just talked about this, who thought she was going back in the salon, they were actually having to figure out timing. Like, you can't come in while this client is still here. So once we're ready for you, text me you're here. I will go outside and get you. I mean, there's going to be some.
There's a lot of logistics now.
Yeah. And then not to throw more on it or stress anyone out, I just want people to start thinking about it so they can plan. Is the fact that there is now definitely going to be. Again, we know some are already back and they know what it is, but we don't know for exact what it's going to be here. So many feet.
Yeah.
You have a salon of girls that are stacked. What does that mean? People are going to have to take turns.
They're going to have to take turns. They're going to have to let people in, kind of like they're doing at some stores. I think like Home Depot or some grocery stores. They're letting people in a little bit at a time. Look, there's whatever it is, you have to deal with it. Okay. And so I think the first step is like real acceptance of the situation of like, okay, like I just got to do it. You might have to add 2 or 3 hours to your day. It's better than not working.
Or
right?
add an additional day.
Add an additional day. Instead of 5, you go 6.
Yeah. So you get the overflow people. And I know people are thinking, well, I don't want to do that. This isn't long term.
Yeah.
I don't think this is, things will calm down. Even here right now, I'm working 6 days a week and a lot of hours. Yeah. But it's what's needed I can get a paycheck.
Well, and look, even myself as an owner of Young Nails, right? A lot of my job the last 3 years obviously is running the company and really driving our marketing and content creation, right? That has changed completely since all this has happened. Right. It's literally been, because we have a very, very, very separated and broken down crew that we've been dealing with for the last month. And also, thank goodness we have a lot of space here. We've had to focus on, most people are working from home, but those that have come in completely separated.
Thank goodness for 4 buildings.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I'm in the warehouse.
Yeah. Filling powder.
Yeah, filling powders.
Whatever it is.
Whatever needs to get done, shipping orders. Is it ideal situation? No, because there's other people that do it better than me, but don't have a choice. So is it long term? No, I think it's gonna, maybe I don't know. In my head, if it's a year, I can. Even if it doesn't even matter how long it is. I'll deal with it, whatever comes down the pipeline, because this is my business, and I got to deal with whatever I got to deal with. I just accept it, and I think that's the first step for a lot of people. You got to accept the situation, and then planning is going to be absolutely massive to your business. Now, here's something that I wanted to ask you, Tracey, and I wanted to really get your take because I don't know the answer to this, and I'm very curious. Do you charge more? Do you add a fee? Does your price now go up specifically because you're adding 15 minutes of a new, sanitizing procedure to your service because you have to? Does that increase the price?
Well, you know me, I charge extra for almost everything.
Yeah.
However, I personally would not.
Okay.
It's part of my business. I want to get my clients back in the door. It's something that I've always sanitized and done all that. Yes, it's going to take me extra time. Is that their fault? No, they're not specifically saying, hey, can you do something that takes an extra 15 minutes?
Right.
It is required. And if the law requires it, I have to do it. Now, on the flip side, if you're not, I think we talked about this with, should I charge more because the nails are going to be damaged? We already have that video, but on the flip side of it, I totally forgot where I was going with it. If you're not charging, sorry, totally.
Yeah, that's okay. I actually knew what you were going to say, and I was going to fill it in, but go ahead.
If you're not charging enough already, yes, you should raise your prices.
Correct.
Maybe wait a little bit, get your clientele back in the door. I'm always, charge more if you should be. Would I charge more for the fact that I have to spend another at $50? No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's not anybody's fault. It's just the situation. Is it the way? I don't know that the sanitizing component is ever going to go away again.
No.
You know what I mean? And I think you're going to have to just expect that your service time is going to increase a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was literally going to say what Tracey said. Most nail professionals are not charging enough already. So maybe this will force them, like, look, I'm spending more time. I'm going to have to up my services, not because of the sanitizer, but because you should have upped your prices before all this started anyway, because you weren't charging enough already. And exactly, I agree with you what you said. Don't do it right away, because no matter what you tell your clients, like, this is not because of the sanitizing. They're not going to believe you if you charge more right when they come back. Right. But with time, you can up the charge. Yeah. It's going to be a grind. It's a grind for everybody. It's a grind for me right now. It's a grind for Tracey, Greg, like everybody. We are grinding hard. I've literally barely been home, but it's what the situation is. Your wife is
very happy about that, by the way.
Yeah. She's like, thank you, yes. Please, less time. But there's a case here. Tracey and I were having this conversation off camera. There's a case here for Salon Suites. Okay. In my opinion, I don't think salons are obviously going to go away. I don't think they're ever going to go away. Like actual traditional salons, there's going to be rule changes, and you might need more distance and space, and the logistics are going to be there. But this is a real case for Salon Suites. I think the Salon Suite business is going to really kind of blow up from this, because independent nail techs already, I think this is an option for them. You know what I'm saying? Potentially.
Yeah, I could see that, because you're not worried about, like, if you're working in a salon, for instance, and there's so many people now that you have to go, okay, you can't come in Monday, Tuesday, because, Sally, your coworker, has to work that day, and she's in that kind of space. Yeah. You're in a salon suite. You're by yourself. You can work whatever days you want.
Totally. It's much more controlled. You can put up, the plexiglass. Like you can make those decisions yourself. Now, if you're in a good salon right now, and there's good, we always recommend, obviously, if you're a good partner, good owner, like, I wouldn't recommend leaving. I just wouldn't. If you're in a good situation and they treat you well and it's a great salon, work with them. I'm not saying bail and take off, but if you're somebody that's been on the fence and maybe you're not in a great salon situation, if you've been on the fence, you're not in a great salon situation, maybe now's the time to make that choice, that you've been like, I really want to do this. I think a salon suite could be a really, really good option, because it's controlled, there's distance. I think clients could feel comfortable. It's like, just my nail professional. She's got all these, you're still doing all the things that are required by the state, whatever those guidelines are when they come out. And you've got, maybe a plexi and I think that could work. Gloves, masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see, actually. Yeah. But yeah, I think the, preparing, planning, the, if you can, buying multiple of stuff. I know so many techs that only have like one set of implements, or maybe two. Like I had I don't know how many implements.
A lot.
I had a lot.
Yeah.
And that way it goes faster.
Yep.
There's ones that are cleaned and I don't have to worry about it. Things that you can save time on, like that.
Yeah.
Think about it, and then communicate with your clients. Let them know what those guidelines are going to be before they hit your door.
Yeah. They have those like portable autoclave machines that when they're done, they can go in their own individual sealed packages. Dude, clients right now would love to see that. I think that's and then having obviously hand sanitizer, having all that stuff ready to go, so your clients know you're obviously serious about this. Plus, I don't think you're gonna have a choice. I think the state is gonna require a lot of this stuff. So let us know in the comments below your thoughts on this topic, how to go about the new changes. Really, it's going to be time. I don't know specifically what they are, but just how to deal with that time. Or if you're already dealing with it, how are you dealing with it? Would love to hear from you. Thank you, Tracey.
Thank you
very much. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.